Rainy Wednesday morning, going into the laboratory today. I'm going to work on some of these steampunk gears. So as these gears move along, you can see that it's activating some different switches. The magnetic switches turn on the lights. A little beeper right there. There'll be some other things that is activating. So right now I have this 9-volt power source that I'm running through this small bus board to connect all these electronics. I'll be using a small servo, a little solenoid here that's going to activate probably this bell or something like that. So the next step is for me to take all this wall off and mount this bus board and the solenoid and some other lights and switches on the back side of that. Start by removing some of this stuff off the bench. Okay, as you can see, I've got some of these elements taken off the wall onto the bench. Got my continuity tester. Some lights that are going to be activated by the gearing and the bell. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the concept, the idea of this 8-foot steampunk themed wall. This is a composite of many different photos. My background is in science and graphics, so that part was a lot of fun for me. And I wanted something at my workbench that was interesting and fun for me to look at. Something I could add 3D elements to, like gauges, copper pipe, and some other things to kind of bring the wall to three-dimensional. And I'm going to add some gears. I acquired these laser cut gears originally to overlay them on the wall, but after arranging them on the bench and brainstorming, the configuration of them inspired me to create a standalone kinetic wall sculpture section to continue the theme around the corner. All right, let's wire this thing up. I go to yard sales and thrift stores and I picked up a few things. A little bit of LED lights, some dollhouse wire, 9-volt adapter. Because this 9-volt battery system is okay, but I want to be able to plug it in. And I'm going to put an adapter on it. Doesn't look like this one will fit. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, so I'll desolder that and put it into the mix. Found a little bell, a little brass bell that we'll add to that. And my brother-in-law always gives me some servo parts. That'll be handy for the build. a 9-volt power source for this whole bus board. 12 outlets. So this is an old continuity tester from the 70s in my alarm installation days. It's called a Peters meter. And what I'm going to do is add this flickering green light to the gauge back here and give it a little bit of life. Now's a good time to talk about Evan Designs. They help me in so many of my projects. They have custom LEDs. Here's a fast flash. Here's a normal flash. And here's a lightning circuit that they supply also. So give a shout out to them. They supply you with this really cool size chart that lets you know what size LED you want and a scaling ruler. So definitely recommend those guys. Thanks a lot to Evan Designs.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining me in the SteamPunk Laboratory. If you want to see what this control center can do, join me in the next video, Control Center. Thanks for watching.